Houston real estate market is crashing. I have been seeing news and articles like this on social media left and right, but today we are actually going to find out the truth. Is it actually the case, or are things a little bit over dramatized for the wow effect? Now, today we're going to take a look at all the actual data from Houston Association of Realtors. We're going to take a look at the numbers and find out the truth. In this video, we're going to take a look at the general overview of the market. We will talk about the comparison of how the numbers compare to the month of July, June, and May. We will also take a look at all the external factors that are driving numbers in a particular direction. And if you stick around until the end of the video, I got a very big surprise for you, because I just recently found a 3.99% promotional interest rate on FHA loans in one of the communities here in Houston, Texas. But stick around until the end of the video to find out which exact community has that. But for now, let's focus on the market reports and let's look at the data to find out the truth about Houston real estate market. Let's take a look at the numbers from Houston Association of Realtors for the month of July. The first number that I wanted to bring your attention to is going to be the total active listings. Now, over here you will see a huge uptick in the amount of active listings here in the Houston area. We are seeing a 30.5% increase in total active listings. And if you take a look at the amount of months of inventory available on the market, you will see a 4.3 months of inventory. Now, this number, 4.3 months, is very interesting because anywhere from 3.5, let's say, to 4.5 months of inventory is usually considered kind of like a gray area in which neither the seller or the buyer have any kind of advantages when it comes to the transaction. Now, despite the fact that we have an uptick on active listings and there's a lot of supply on the market, if you take a look at the average sales price and the median sales price, you'd be surprised to see that the prices are still going up. Now, why is that? Well, first of all, we have been seeing a lot of activity in the luxury real estate market, so that usually drives the average sales price higher. But even on the median sales price, you're still seeing a 2.9% increase, and that's usually supported by the single family home sales. You will see a 1.8% increase year over year, which is pretty surprising. That just tells us that there is still a lot of demand for single family home. And now if you take a look at the dollar volume, you will see 4.4% increase. Again, most likely it's driven by the luxury real estate sales increase. And if you take a look at the property sales, you will see a deduction of 2.1% year over year. When it comes to the numbers, I really like to compare the last 3 months. Let's take a look at the numbers over here. So very important thing over here is to take a look at the month of June. Now, in the month of June, we saw a lot of adjustments when it comes to numbers. We saw a total property sales decrease of 13.6%. Dollar volume went down 12.2%. We saw again an uptick in active listings year over year, 33.8%, which is huge. Look at the home sales, 11.6%, and we are seeing trends like this left and right. Now, let's look at the month of May. Was way more stable and it did not have as much of adjustments. We saw the property sales were about the same, only 3% decrease, and the rest of the numbers were pretty minimal except for the active listings. Now, the interesting thing about these numbers is that the median and average sales price, despite the fact that we have seen an uptick in active listings, stayed the same. And like I said earlier, I think that it's definitely supported by the sellers who bought during the 2022-2021 time when there was an uptick in the prices, so they are not willing to sell at a loss. It's also very important to point out that when it comes to the median sales price and the average sales price, we are talking about the general Houston area. Now, when it comes to a local market, the situation can be wildly different. That's why we always advise all of our clients and newer clients to reach out to us here at EXP Realty to take a deeper dive into their local market to figure out what would be a fair value for their property. You already know that one of the primary drivers in real estate is going to be the interest rate. So let's take a look at the data provided by Mortgage News Daily, and let's take a look at the 30-year fixed rate loan. Today, August 27, we are sitting at 6.44% of interest rate for conventional loan. Now, things get a little more interesting if you take a look at the 30-year FHA loan. Now, today, for August 27th, again, we are at 5.88. So if you're an eligible buyer for an FHA program, you will be able to get the benefit of using this type of interest rate for your loan. Now, we have been seeing trends generally coming down, and that's supported by the fact that the Feds decided to cut the rate, and they promised to do that during their meeting in September. Now, how much they're going to cut the rate, we don't exactly know. It's speculated to be somewhere in between from 1/4 of a point to 1/2 a point. Now, if we are seeing the decrease of 1/4 of a point, that might result in slight uptick in mortgage rates. But if we are seeing 0.5% of the reduction, it's most likely going to continue. The trend is going to continue to going down. And if you currently have a need for a mortgage, I will leave information of one of our preferred lenders in the description section of this video. They'll be more than happy to assist you with any kind of your financing needs. And lastly, for the dessert, I found 3.99% interest rate on FHA loans in one of the communities here in the Houston, Texas. And there's plenty of communities that are offering really good rates, but this one really blew my mind when it comes to 3.99%, and it's just unheard of. And of course, the builder that provides these type of incentives is going to be D.R. Horton, and the community where you will see that type of promotion is going to be Tamarack near Katy, Texas. Now, if you need any kind of help shopping for the best rates available on the market, please feel free to reach out. Here at EXP Realty, we live and breathe real estate every single day, and we help people just like yourself to find their perfect homes and to negotiate the best deals on their homes. So feel free to reach out. Now, this was the wrap up of the market update for July of 2024. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.